So just go ahead and go to the stream and just hope it doesn't die. You
Yeah.
know? So that's
Wait, did I actually somewhat activate native Twitter? What is this?
what do you mean?
Just when I always post on Twitter.
Uh,
Just one person.
there's a few. If you click on the hashtag, there's a couple people actually. It's not just you. Yeah, no, there's a whole host of things.
No, but I mean like, well, just one person retweeted. Like, just one person interacted. That's simple.
Oh, yeah, yeah. In terms of yeah, but yeah, yeah.
Cat, what are you trying to get at?
Okay, but yeah.
Stop it.
Well, we're about to hit a minute in, and the stream hasn't died, so that's an improvement.
Oh yeah. Instead of like flickering at rapid fire speed enough to cause freaking epilepsy.
Yeah. So hey, anyone in the chat, if you see this start flickering or like getting weird in terms of connection, please like immediately call it out in chat so that I can know. Because I can see that there's 4 people here, so it's definitely not just me and Kelvin. Um, but yeah. In the meantime, this is just I'm not really planning on doing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm planning on doing. I just want to make sure that my internet's fine so that I can make sure future streams are, you know, better. Um, so it's a shame that it crashed like in the middle of the forest temple because I wanted to actually get through something today. I mean, I guess I got the Master Sword. I got Epona. Um, I got the hook shot, and I got to the forest temple. But though I don't know if Ocarina of Time will. I might have to make my way back to the forest, but I have the menu at a forest, so I could just walk to the forest temple, so it's not a big deal. Um,
See, kitty, there's nothing up here.
so yeah, I don't know.
Excuse me while I go try to tire my cat out real quick.
Okay, yeah, you go take care of that. I guess I could scroll through Twitter and see if there's anything interesting that I might want to just pop on stream. Maybe a spark some kind of rant or something. I don't know.
You needing material to rant?
I know. I mean, I guess like I could do a little mini rant about the internet situation, but like I also feel like if you're on the internet, if you exist on the internet, I feel like you kind of already know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is there to really say? I will say this customer support person that I've been working with is really nice, and that's part of why the stream title is what it is. Because yeah,
Yeah.
oh, there was another.
Shout out to you, Sharon.
Yes, yeah. Sharon at Cox Customer Care actually gave me what might actually be the solution. So, um, and it was simple enough to do. Um, so as long as this remains stable and it continues to stay stable going forward, then hell yeah, Sharon's an awesome customer support person. Um, and if she happens to be watching this, hi, you're great, thank you, you helped me. I hate your company, but I like you. Okay. All right, yeah, she's basically saying like, hey, if you were here with 24 hours of work, yeah, okay, whatever. But yeah, it's I don't know. The internet situation's just been like yesterday and today. I was streaming Zelda, and then like about 2 hours in, both times, my internet decided to just kind of kill itself. Not entirely. I wasn't like completely losing internet. Like I was still having like decent enough connection in Discord to hear Kelvin well, and he seemed to hear me well. But for streaming purposes, it was getting choppy and just like basically going in it. and that's why if you like look on my page, you might see like a stream from like an hour ago and 43 minutes ago that or whatever, um, that are like, hey, like one's like a minute 40 and the number's like 12 seconds. Um, and that's because those are from my end, those were all part of the same stream. Those were all part of that like 2 hour stream before that. But like because of the way that because Twitch wasn't receiving the signal strong enough because the my up speed was brought down to 0.08, which is really bad. Um, it was able to detect that like there was an attempt to stream but not actually connect the stream. So now I technically have streamed, including this stream, 4 times today, even though from my perspective it's 2 streams. What and yeah, it's dumb. It's frustrating, but you know, on some level it is what it is. I'm not trying to like be too beat down about it. I guess. Um, I think I mentioned this yesterday um, after my incident yesterday with the internet. Though I don't know if this actually ended up in the stream or if it was part of what got cut out of the stream because of the internet. But I'm more annoyed than I am like stressed out about the situation because uh, I don't have a huge audience. I had like I will maybe have like 5 people watching me, which like I'm grateful for because that means there's strangers watching me, or there's more people in my life that than I told about this are watching, and they're but like there's random people on the internet found it entertaining enough, so that's cool. Um, but having the internet be a problem means I probably lose those couple of viewers. Um, but that's losing a couple people doesn't feel too bad compared to losing like 80 people. Because if I'm like I could see right now, like I'm one of the people I follow on Twitch is Loco TV. He does StarCraft 2 content, um, and he's one of the bigger names in that community. Right now, he's streaming Portal, and he has 667 viewers. If he were to suddenly lose internet like I did, he probably wouldn't just lose like 80 people. He'd probably lose like 300 people or something. So that would hurt. But he lives in the Netherlands, so he doesn't have to deal with the same internet problems we have. Um, Not that there are never ever any internet issues in the Netherlands, but like it's not America, therefore, and also just Europe in general just has much better approach to that type of stuff, but both in terms of infrastructure and governmental policy. Um, and that's something we don't do as well here in America. And I wish it was something that was talked about more. Like the issues of like that get talked about in politics are like in America are like pretty important. Don't get me wrong. Like like stimulus checks, COVID response, um, things like war in the Middle East, Medicare for all, um, climate change. Like these are all pretty big deal things, and some very existential stuff. So I could understand why, for like most people, that just like supersedes something like treating the internet as a Title II utility. But at the same time, like this is still important, and I wish more attention were brought to it because it just like does not even get mentioned. But it's so important for the future. Quite frankly, that um, I think that the internet should be made into a Title II utility, just like water and electricity. And then I think the entire industry should be nationalized because the way it is right now is an effective monopoly because all these cable companies have these backdoor agreements where they're allowed to by providing a shitty service, and they don't have to offer fair price, all that fair pricing for what they do. Um, you know, it sucks. So I really hope that the next time we're hearing like political debates, like 2022, 2024, or whatever, um, we're actually hearing about net neutrality and the internet in general, because you can't ignore this stuff. The internet's only going to become more and more important for the future, not less. Like before, we didn't think, like, if you lived in like 1820, you might not understand how big a deal electricity would be because you probably don't even know what the hell it is. Um, but like, we see electricity as such a fundamental um, necessity for life. Even though, like, on the most strict level, you don't need electricity to survive, but it's such a big deal in how our entire civilization functions that if you don't have electricity, it's like you don't have water. The internet is the new electricity, and we're struggling to actually treat it the same way. And there's active opposition to do that from corporate forces, the cable companies in particular. Like under the Trump administration, Ajit Pai was the FCC chairman, or president, or whatever the head of the FCC is called, and um, he was like a former lawyer or something at Verizon, which is like an obvious conflict of interest, because it's like, oh, Verizon is one of these companies that's like involved in internet, uh, the in the internet, in terms of like being an internet service provider. So like, and he still had like connections to Verizon while in the governmental office, which again is an obvious conflict of interest. So how of course, when he led the charge to take um, the internet off of the Title II utility list, like, of course that was what he was going to do, because that's what Verizon would want, because it makes it easier to just manipulate the market, because you don't have to pretend that you're an essential utility. You can pretend that you're some like luxury, but the internet's not a luxury. It's something that, like, I mean, hell, if there's anything this pandemic really shows, it's how insanely important the internet is. That's the only way we're interacting with each other if you want to actually be safe. Like, I don't really leave my house because I don't want to catch like a deadly disease. And that's what most people really should do. Or maybe not well, yeah, no, actually most, yeah. That's what a lot of people should be doing. But a lot of people might not, because they might have like really garbage internet connections, and it's hard to be connected to people that aren't on the internet, or maybe you're the only people you're friends with are don't really have reliable internet connections and stuff. So we got to treat the internet as way the hell more important than we do right now. It bothers me so much that it's not like this is like one of those things it has to be talked about. Like, this should probably be talked about to a similar level of like drug legalization. It might, like, probably still a step down, because with drug legalization you have people that are in prison for non-violent drug offenses, and those people need to be out of jail.